And I don't see nothing wrong with a man listening to his woman to get some advice from her. It's not saying that you're not a man because you're not hearing your woman out or because a woman is telling you what to do. All of us came from a woman. So when I'm hearing Anton speak, which I'm not just keep trying to relate to him, he came from a woman as well. So it's like, are you telling me you never listened to your mom growing up? Because you're saying that a man don't listen to a woman, like that make you less of a man. I'm just confused. So that's why I was just like, balance was right. And I just didn't want to say anything because I'm still confused on the first conversation. And I haven't got past that yet.
You come from a man. You come from your daddy's balls. Your woman, the mama is just the egg.
Your mom delivered you. She came from a woman. Your dad did not give birth to you. Your mother.
Your mom was just an incubator. You come from your father. That's where you come from. I don't know. Listen, I can't speak to your personal situation, although you did mention it. I'm not going to speak to your personal situation, but let me help you to understand something. The dudes that came before us, and again, this has nothing to do with you, was simps. They were weak. They said, I'm not happy life. I'm not talking about you.
Okay, well, I want to clear that up because my dad wasn't a simp.
Did not. Oh, you're not a good listener, right? And
I'm a great listener because this is my first time. This is my first time saying anything back to you. I listened to you earlier and didn't even know. I prefaced the
conversation twice by saying that I was not referring to you specifically. And then you went to go on about how it is that this is represented. This ain't about you. This is about life.
And I said I wanted to make that clear that my father was not a simp. But it's the same thing you were doing with people earlier. You don't like when somebody do something that you do. You were doing this to people earlier when they were speaking. All I'm saying to you is my father is not a simp. That's not an argument. My father is not a simp. That's all I was saying.
And how would you know?
I know for a fact my father is not a simp. My father is very intelligent, and my father is
what being intelligent got to do with being a simp?
It doesn't matter. He wasn't a simp. And we're going to leave it at that. And I'm not going to allow you to say my father's a simp because he's not.
I never said that he was. But see,
you just said, how do I know that?
He never called your father a simp.
No. Hold on, Mr. Lego. Let me cook. You know how I know that your father was possibly a simp?
He was not a simp.
Do you know how I know your father was possibly a simp? Because you automatically triggered by it and nobody called him a simp.
I'm triggered by it because my father was a great man, and I don't allow nobody to talk crazy about my father.
But nobody mentioned your father. Nobody mentioned your father. Did anybody mention your father?
Do you have a daughter?
Did anybody mention your father?
Do you have a daughter?
I do.
Okay. If your daughter was sitting on this panel, you would want your daughter to speak highly of you as well. I'm not going to allow nobody to disrespect my dad.
If nobody asked about me,
period, he's not a simp.
If nobody asked about me, see, are you married?
I'm not married, but
I know you're not fucking married.
You don't know that I'm not married.
I do know because I can tell by that badass attitude. Listen, you already about to snatch dreams out the air. You're shaking your head. You're talking with your neck and shit. You're mentioning shit that nobody even ever brought up. I never brought up your fucking father. Not once. As a matter of fact, I made sure that you knew. Wait a second. If you be quiet for long enough to let somebody actually talk, you don't have to respond to something that I didn't even say. If you just be quiet for 5 seconds, you will understand the sentiment, and then you probably could get married. You would not be impacted by all of these fucking stories that you heard inside of your salon.
You know what's crazy? You are judging me when you don't even know me.
Sus, you let him get
you don't even know me.
Hold on, y'all.
Rashawn, don't Kate Rashawn.
No, wait.
Stop.
He's the only person on this
panel. I don't have to know you if I asked you a specific question.
I'm not married.
Listen.
3 times.
I guarantee you I heard that 1,000 times from a bunch of chicks that was masculine as fuck.
But you just said that if I listen, I will be married.
That's because you ain't quiet enough to actually understand.
Those single women saying I've been engaged.
This is what I guarantee you. I guarantee you after this show, you're going to have a life reality check because it's not going to sit well with you. And the reason it's not going to sit well with you is because you're wrong as fuck. You over talking. After you said that you don't over talk, you led with that fake ass femininity when you first came on the panel. I don't over talk. I don't even respond. Now look at you. You ain't out of character. This is who you fucking really are. And all I did was bring it out of you. See, the unique thing about me is that if you sit around me long enough, I'm gonna bring that bullshit up out of you. And you can't sit here and sell me something that ain't real. I knew you wasn't fucking married. And now, because of your behavior, not because of your father, but because of your behavior, I'm questioning whether or not your father is a simp. And the reason I'm questioning whether or not your father is a simp is because there's no way that a dude that's not a simp daughter is going to be on here talking that bullshit, leading with that fake ass femininity, and then going to come on here trying to talk to me like you know what the fuck is going. I don't think you really knew what you was getting yourself into, because I'm not the one. I'm going to tell you the fucking truth. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not trying to get on your good side, none of that. So either you can take the advice so that you can actually get the results, and it ain't even got to be the results when it comes to marriage. It got to do with how you moving as a woman. That shit is fake. And all I'm doing is calling it out. You expose yourself. So you can take this shit and move differently, or you can continue to lead with that fake ass femininity and not getting the results that you want and lean to your father. Which one you want? How you gonna move? Because all of this is bullshit that you're selling right now. It's fake as fuck.
Because your damn mouth. Hey, yo, no, not wait, no, I know.
Man, how many times have we seen this shit?
Hey, yo, I know you got the minister meme on here. Yo.
Look, women don't listen; they interpret.
Right,
so there was a lot of interpreting that. So, ladies, just period. Everybody just watching or whatever, understand that a lot of the times when you try to argue with a man or a woman, you're interpreting what somebody said, and you just go down a fucking rabbit hole when you don't necessarily need to. We have to, well, y'all have to, because men don't do this, stop interpreting what somebody said. He said 20.
On, Mr. Lego.
Yeah.
The reality is that I want her to be successful. My general sentiment in life is to have everybody that eventually come in contact with me take something positive out of it. I'm not saying this just because I want to get on her or some shit. I'm saying it because it's real. And I'm not sure if the people that's in her inner circle, and I don't know who's in her inner circle, I'm talking about her friends, you know, any dude that she'd never interacted with. I'm not sure if they've ever actually been honest enough to tell her the truth. Because I'm not emotionally attached to her, or I don't have any personal vendetta. I don't even know her from a can of paint, and she probably don't know me. I can be real. I'm gonna tell her the truth. That shit is not kosher. That shit is not cool. And she's basically, I never even said anything about her father whatsoever. I prefaced the conversation twice by saying, this is not personal to you. This has nothing to do with you. And then she went on a tangent about her father. Now, what is that supposed to say? What does that communicate?
Women don't listen to interpret.
Because communication is 90% body language. It's 90% of the things that you don't say when you're not supposed to say it. It's not the thing that you're trying to communicate to other people. I pay attention to that shit. I'm not listening to what she said.